Mic check 1 2 1 2. You here with AllHipHop.com. It's Chuck Creekmur here with Jim Jones. What's going on with you?
How you feeling, my brother?
I'm good, my brother. Good to see you as always.
Yes.
First of all, you got this new album out. It's been out for a couple weeks now, but but it seems to me like you I don't know if this, would you say this is your best work yet so far?
My best work, I will I will put it up there with my best work. Not my favorite work and my best work is two different things.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely my best work. I love this album. It showed growth mentally, musically, physically. You know, I've been in this game for a minute, so I was trying to attack it from an angle where I can explain a few things, as opposed to brag about a few things.
Okay. Now, why'd you name the album? What you named it? What's the meaning behind it? Because it's an interesting title.
It has a few meanings. Wasted talent for each of us growing up in our circumstances. We all been accused or know somebody personally who's wasted a talent or two. And but it's not just about wasting your talent and such a horror story. It's more about what you did to turn that negative into a positive. And one of the best examples I could use is my brother Cameron, who got kicked out of high school. I got kicked out of college, and he probably could have made it to professional league if he got the chance to, but he ended up being stupid.
Right.
He came back and bounced back and ended up being one of the most talented superstars in this rap game that we ever seen. So it's about that. And another thing is, if you've seen the movie, the movie's called Bronx Tale, which I got the title from Wasted Talent. The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. It's one of the lines in the movie. One of the character named was Sonny. He was an older mobster boss, and one of the young characters' name was C. Sonny took a liking to C and helped C travel through his mission through the streets and things like that. And my position in this rap game, I feel like I'm kind of taking position of Sonny as I'm trying to school some of these younger C's into how this rap game gonna go and things like that. You know what I mean? At the same time, still watching out for my own self. Got
you. Now, you are reunited, I think, with the Heatmakerz. I mean, I know the Heatmakerz are on this album heavy. Yeah.
My man Austin he co-produced it with me. Heatmakerz is the infamous Dipset sound. I've been working on the Heatmakerz studio for the past few years, so we always been close. Just in this past year and some change, we started actually doing music very closely again. And he gave me this beat that was the Once Upon a Time beat, which I put Cam on, and just like he had a whole new sound, but it just sounded like the old sound on steroids. Like it was that pocket that we needed, and it came in right on time. So shout out to Austin.
That's what's up. Now, it gave me an old New York feel, like a classic New York feel. I don't want to say old, but it gave me a classic feel. And I was just talking to Lisa Evers about how we haven't got that from New York in a minute. You know what I mean? Like a lot of it, no samples. Some people flow like they're from the South or whatever. Was that what you were going for?
100%. I mean, I wasn't going for anything but doing the music that I like to do. I'm a New York nigga. I mean, I was born and raised here.
Yeah.
My sound embodies New York. I walk, I stand. You know what I mean? Everything you see about me is totally New York. And not to say I want to make a record that was just for New York, but that sound, I try to find that thin line that everybody from New York will respect. Like, yeah, this is what we needed. And still captivate the ears of the youngsters and what's going on out here in this new era of music.
Right. Now, I saw y'all perform at the Hammerstein Ballroom.
Yeah. And
you guys, Dipset, headlined a whole, almost like a festival-sized concert.
Yeah.
All young dudes though, and then y'all closed the show. It was an interesting contrast, if you know what I mean. You seeing the young dudes, and they all doing their thing, and I'm not hating, I'm not mad, none of that. But it was definitely a level of authority that I saw that y'all when y'all hit the stage, it was like a different feel to me. Might be because I came up on y'all and not say A Boogie or whoever, but it felt different to me, like star power and like.
It feels like they were when the younger artists were on, they were participating. When we got on, they were paying attention.
Right.
It felt like that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? And that's not a bad thing. It's like, sometimes you captivate people in a different way. So it's dope, man.
Now, Speaking of New York, now you and 50 Cent been going back and forth, and it's the funniest thing ever. I mean, to me, it's funny, right? But then you start talking about shooting a fade or a fair one or whatever.
From here with it.
I was like, wait a minute, are they playing? Are they serious now? Like, what's going? But see, people that don't know New York, they don't understand. Like, you can jump a bridge or whatever and be in a whole nother borough, and it's you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but shit, you know, me and 50's like when you was younger, you was always slap boxing. And slap boxing has a very high potential, always turning real. So I like slap boxing with 50.
Right, no doubt. He gave you a lot of promotion, like you said.
Lovely promotion. I love 50. You know what I mean? And there's no doubt about it that we have a very awkward relationship, but it's a dope relationship. Two powerful people in this game. Somebody of his stature with so much shit going on and television shows and. You know, he knows exactly what he's doing. 50 is not a stupid person by far and things like that. So I do appreciate all the publicity and the promotion that he gave me and things like that. And you know,
so y'all cool basically, or is it a friendly rivalry?
We cool in the awkward, friendly, rival, aggressive way. But that's my man, though.
Yeah, got it. So y'all gonna shoot the fade?
Maybe.
I pay to see that.
I want everybody to pay to see that. I think we definitely shoot it for that money.
Right, no doubt. Both y'all working out real heavy, man. Like the memes were, man. The meme was
everything.
Was crazy.
Yeah, it's good. It went viral. I needed that at the time when my album was going out. But like I said, I'm a team player, man. Like, you know, me and 50, we could do a hell of a fitness show. We could bait some of these big promoters to doing a boxing match, maybe get 30-40 million out of it. And I do believe he'll shoot the fair one for them type of numbers.
I don't know though. Fifth used to box for real back in the day.
It's cool.
Okay.
I used to box for real too back in the day. Professional in the street, you heard?
No doubt. That's what's good. What about, like, we were talking, again, back to Lisa Evers, we were talking on Street Soldiers about New York, right, versus the South, and why the South is so dominant. Well, you know, you could argue that, but right now it seems like they're dominant. But
they've been dominant. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Atlanta has took the rights and claimed to be the hub of the music industry, and you know, you can make it in Atlanta, you can make it anywhere, it seems like.
Yeah, definitely. But we also talked about how artists from New York were so competitive, they almost canceled each other out. Like 50, you know, he was beefing with John, Nas, you had issues with pretty much.
To be that nigga in New York, it takes a lot, you know what I mean? And there's no camaraderie in being a king. There's only one king allowed, so, you know what I mean? With that comes with aggressive competition and may the best man win. I mean, it's like that in the South. Trust me, it's like that in the South. But they seem to find a way to have some type of camaraderie within their competition. But believe you me, them niggas in the South fight for the top, for that throne just like we do. Yeah. It's just that so many of them are doing so well, and it seems like they complement each other from being in such a close-knit community. Right, Plus, they layout is different. Like, you know, we from New York, the big city. Everything is who gonna be the top. They from the South. That Southern hospitality speaks volume.
True indeed. What's your take on the youngsters, man? Like,
I love them.
Yeah.
I love all the youngsters. We was once the youngsters, and we put a different twist on music that some people didn't understand and other people loved and adored, and they grew up with it and they grew with it. Like, you know, we were youngsters and we rooted for all the older rappers and we loved it and things like that. But before I was rapping and I was in high school, it was nothing like seeing a Mobb Deep because they were teenagers and you feel like, oh my God, like when Special Ed was in high school, he was like, oh man, this nigga's. It's just something about that allure of following a youngster that feels like he's directly in the life that you live in and then talking about the shit that you want to do, and it did like Crisscross. Look at Crisscross. They blew it wide because the youngsters loved them. You know what I mean? So I don't knock none of the youngsters, man. I'm trying to get one with some of the youngsters, man. They keep that music going. We're not gonna be able to keep the music going forever. You got to pass it on from generation to generation. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm just trying to find that thin line where I can jump on these records with some of these youngsters and make some dope ass music. You know what I mean?
What do you say to the old heads that are out here hating?
They stupid. I mean, I'm a grown up hater too. I hate on a lot of shit, but I'm a realist at the end of the day. Reality is reality. Music changes, life changes. Everything gets quicker, it gets faster with social media and all the technology and things like that. And if you don't keep up with it, you're gonna get lost in the sauce. And that's what a lot of these older niggas is doing by hating. They just wasting time hating when they should be trying to keep up with the youngsters and learning something from the youngsters. I'm all ears when it comes to these youngsters because they the one that built that gap between the music industry and the internet.
Right.
And it's now that the music industry is finally learning how to monetize that money that the youngsters was making all on their own on the internet. You understand what I'm saying? So now they starting to build the bridge where the music industry is, the music label, the record label is starting to figure out how to make some of that internet money with them. But them youngsters found the foolproof gap. It was like the motherfucking Wild West, like the gold rush where no labels were getting any of that internet money. They put their shit on SoundCloud and niggas is popping. All of a sudden he getting $10,000, $15,000 a show and nobody know who this little nigga is. I love that type of shit. I love that type of shit.
Somebody come out of nowhere like 1 million followers and you and like 20 million views on YouTube and you just figuring it out of nowhere. It's crazy.
You did?
Yeah, it's crazy.
So when you see all these kids, the Trippie Reds and the 6ix9ines and all these, and they spitting, nigga, I got platinum records.
Right.
They got platinum records because these youngsters have found a way to manipulate the internet because that's all they know. They grew up in the internet.
Right.
They don't know nothing. When they was born with an iPhone and a laptop in their hand.
Right.
They damn near don't go to school with textbooks no more. So of course they got the edge on us. So grown ass niggas need to stop hating and get with some of these young niggas because they pulling in bank. They got them bags.
Real.
You niggas getting envelopes, they getting bags. There's a big difference, man. Shit.
No doubt. Now, you mentioned 6ix9ine. He's claiming blood or whatever. Now, we know you go back in that world, way back before most rappers, most people, before it was cool. You know what I mean? Before it was cool. What are your thoughts on that now? Like the game seems different. It's way more publicized too through the internet.
This is part of everything. Niggas is making money. When I was doing it, I didn't have the internet.
Right.
And yeah, I was living a real life when it came to gangbanging, but I also was using gangbanging to make me a shitload of money as it became a platform that I used to catapult my stardom off of. You know what I mean? So 10, 15 years later, as I see these youngsters doing the same thing, I can't be mad at them. But you know, me living the life I live to the life they living nowadays is two different things because of the social media. When you were gangbanging, it's a very dangerous thing, and I don't even want to get into that because I don't, you know, shit don't really hold no merit to me. Just know that you know, shit, everybody to each his own. But why should you do this? You know what I mean? Like, tomorrow's not promised, and this game is a game that don't love you. The moment you think you're on top, you'll be at the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think people are playing with it? I mean, nobody specific. You know what I mean? It just seems like a lot's going on.
As far as what? The gang culture?
Yeah.
I don't know if nobody's playing with it, but you get these youngsters that's put in a position to make a lot of money, and you got some real dudes that really do it, that see that, and they want to make some of the money with the youngsters and shit like that. You dig? So it becomes economic power after that. It's a business move. It's not so much gang banging after that. It's gang banging within the realm of making music to make money off of the gang banging. And if you want to gang bang, we're here. Let me put my arm around you.
Yeah.
Since you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah. I got it.
You dig?
Yeah.
Everybody want to make money. It's a money ploy.
Yeah.
You dig? The real niggas I respect is the niggas that go anywhere they want to. You put them anywhere, you see them by themselves anywhere they would like to be, and not to say that is not to be the most macho, but just being a man.
Right.
I walk the land wherever I want to go. You dig? And I speak however I want to speak. You dig? And not disrespectfully, because life ain't about disrespecting people, but I stand my ground. And that stands for something. I know a bunch of individuals out there, whether they gang banging or any gang or they stand by themselves, that would make a real man before any gang and things like that. And I don't know if a lot of these youngsters could do that.
Right. How do you define, in this world right now, being a man in hip hop? Like, I talk to dudes all the time, you know, and I know that definition is changing a lot. You know, ASAP is on the internet right now. 50 again put a spotlight on him looking like, you know, he wearing a bag.
I don't know if a man has anything to do with appearance. A man starts with responsibilities.
Okay.
You dig? So if you have a family, if you have a home, like these are the things that make you a man when you take care of those responsibilities.
Okay.
Also, when you get in the spotlight, you have a responsibility by being in the spotlight. How you use that is on you and things like that. But being a man is always it's not going to change. I don't care what twist they put on it. I don't care how much money you make. That don't make you a man because you make that much money and shit like that. Because you can dictate your life. That don't make you a man. Who you are, your character, how you carry yourself and shit like that. That makes you a man. The respect you get from others and shit like that. You can have the most money in the world and be a clown.
Right.
Niggas don't respect you at all and shit like that. That's not traits of a man and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I just said, you got to be able to stand up on your own and fight for what you believe and fend for your family and keep a roof over your head and keep them mouths fed. And then anything after that, I could respect. I don't give a fuck what you do, how you dress, or how you look.
Word.
If these things are taken care of, then you a total man to me. All that other shit is frivolous.
Okay. Now you working with Jay-Z now, right?
Yeah, Rock Nation. Shout out to Rock Nation.
You caught a little flack from that because of the previous rivalries and all that New York stuff. How is that working out?
Oh, it's a great relationship. Rock Nation is a great company. They've helped me out tremendously in this past year and some change. As far as transitioning into helping my artistry take it to another level and just the business moves and correcting some wrongs that I've done in the past, business-wise and things like that. So, and then OG is a great friend of mine. Is also someone that I look up to, and there's not too many people that I look up to. And, it's good to have somebody that in that building that can relate to what you relate to, came from the same places you came from, and shout outs to Jay, man. I don't get to see him too often, but the respect is there, and I know I wouldn't be in the building without him and shit like that. He's a very smart man, so
of course. It seems like they reuniting New York artists, like they got you, Joe. Mm-hmm. It's a bunch of cats up there.
Yeah, they definitely have a full roster. The fact that they have a bunch of New York artists on there is very dope. You know what I mean? That's refreshing to see and to hear and to be a part of and things like that. As the game is spread out in so many different parts, especially down south and
Right.
So.
Now, Dipset has been in the game, man. Seems like forever. You know what I mean? And we go back because I did the first cover story for y'all in the Source magazine. Yeah. And that was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? To see how y'all work. And, obviously things have changed. You guys have grown up. You got kids. And, you had kids, some of y'all did. But, everything's a little bit different. What's the state of Dipset?
It's great.
Yeah.
Dipset is back together. The communication is there. The camaraderie is there. The brotherhood is there. Feel good to be on the phone with my brothers on a constant basis. Juelz is back home, as we all know. He went through his little things. He's still fighting, and God's with him. He got some great lawyers. We got a tour coming up in June, which I look forward to. It made me feel like I'm going on a high school field trip. You know what I mean? So that's pretty dope. Been working on some music. We got a lot of dope music. So we're supposed to be releasing some music in June around the tour. So
like a new album or something?
We're gonna start with an EP.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And give a little documentary more about what we've been doing in the hiatus of the Diplomats as a whole. And then we're going to go into the Real Diplomatic Immunity 3 album. And Cam got some movie people that have been in talks of a Real Diplomat movie, which I think would be pretty dope. I think
like a movie?
Yeah, like an action flick, because that's the fuck what we had was an action flick.
Yeah, okay. Oh, man, I would definitely love to see that. I think people want to see it, too. Mm-hmm. So you got to do a big budget style. You can't do it like...
Yeah, hopefully, it gotta be a budget, a budget enough for us to get off what we're trying to get off. I mean, we've done a lot.
Right. Definitely. So going forward, what's up on deck for you? I know that you always making moves business wise.
I been a part owner of a professional arena football team, Richmond Rough Riders, and down in Virginia. I have my own cell phone company similar to what Boost and Cricket does. We provide cell phone service.
I saw that. It's called
VL Mobile.
Right.
I just dropped the record, so I'm a hustler. I'm always into different things. I'm trying to open up a gym right now, so that should be good.
Okay.
It's working.
Yeah. All right. Any final words? Any words of wisdom you want to give people? Get the kids something.
The kids?
The youngsters, man. I feel like they need us. You know what I mean? Like
I just think that I don't know, man. It's just like in my hiatus, as far as being in the game and letting the people and the kids be able to see me and lead by example. There's been a lot of different things that have taken place due to the other artists that take the lead and lead the baton. These kids are impressionable. They follow what they see all the time. And one of the things that I've seen that kind of irks me a little bit is the fact that all these kids are so into these drugs and to these opioids and into this lean, and you know, I'm not an angel, and we all need our vices, but these vices are gonna turn you all into full-blown fiends. I mean, it's no different than the crack era in the '80s, and I mean that with all my heart. So if you can't find the time, man, stop that shit. Get you some weed and some Hennessy, like Tupac used to tell us. You heard?
Yeah.
You dig? Let's get back to that, cause that other shit gonna fuck you up in a little while. You know what I mean? Like, we sold the drugs. We didn't do them when we came up. We didn't use the drugs, man. We didn't. We sold them. We made money off of it to try to have a good time or whatever our circumstances was. Not to say that was right, but it's way better than using them. You heard?
You talked about that on your last album too.
Yeah, it's 100%. It's still going on, very heavy and things like that, and you know.
And they dying, man. Like literally, kids are dying like left and right.
It's like it's they just doing whatever now to make $1. So you got that fentanyl thing that they it's just they don't even know what they put in their body anymore, and it's terrible. You know what I mean? So, I mean, fitness is the real wealth, man. Stay on point, man. Stay focused out here, man. I ain't no angel, man, but I'm trying to be. You heard?
No doubt. Yo, man, well, congrats on the album, man. Definitely dope. They told me it was better than J. Cole's album, and that piqued my ear like, okay, I really
So was it? Honestly?
I put it like this, it's more my style than J. Cole's album, basically. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say better.
I want you to give me your honest
okay, it's
opinion.
better. It's better.
Not to say
It's
that
better.
I'm like, listen, J. Cole is, listen, hold it. J. Cole is one of the illest MCs that we've seen in our era. Let's not
It's
take that
different though.
away.
I can't say better because that's a strong
I
word.
lived a different life than J. Cole.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go to college. I didn't take that route. I didn't have mommy at home. I didn't have them type of things. Like the shit I'm talking about is on a different level of what he's talking about, but in the same realm. Like, you know, the shit he kicking about these youngsters and all that, that's how I feel. But at the same time, you got to lead by example. You know what I mean? You got to kind of coach them into doing the right thing and not kind of, you know, condemn them and shit like that. But J. Cole is dope and shit like that. But for the fact that you said that, I must be doing pretty good out here. I hope everybody go get the album Wasted Talent, go get the album KOD, go get Cardi B's album, go get everybody's album who's out right now that's popping. They got a bunch of albums about to come out. Nas, your man Kanye coming out, his crazy ass, but he gonna have some fire though, and we all know he gonna have some fire, and that's the fucked up part. He's a fucking brain fuck, but fuck it, man. Pusha T, everybody else that got some music out, man. Shouts to Meek Mill for just coming home. I'm waiting to hear for some music from him. I went to his one-on-one yesterday. Very inspirational to see him in that pocket. To be humble but still lit. Right. You know what I mean? Like. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. You dig? Some people just lose they cool and shit. That boy's cool as a fan.
Yeah,
man.
I give him a lot of respect.
Word,
definitely.
So, man, yo, listen.
Salute.
Salute, man. To the next time.